full committee. Mr. DeFazio.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Thanks for holding this hearing. Administrator Carnahan, Commissioner Albert, welcome to the committee. We want to be a good partner with GSA. So far in fiscal year 22, you asked for 32 repair, alteration, construction projects. That's the last week. We've authorized 25. The Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act has $3.4 billion for land ports of entry, which need a tremendous amount of work. And the Build Back Better Act includes $500 million to help make federal buildings more energy efficient. And then outside of our jurisdiction, of course, although it was part of the Invest Act in the last Congress, is the purchase of zero emission vehicles for the Postal Service, which will be a tremendous boost to the EV industry and also tremendously reduce pollution. I'm looking forward to that acquisition. I really want to work with GSA to make it easier. I would agree with a number of things the ranking member just said. In particular, I've heard about how frustrating it is you can't access. I understand now there's $10 billion of rent that you're collecting. Now, like a good landlord, you put aside funds and then you use that to make repairs or new acquisitions. Unfortunately, Congress has not allowed you full access or easy access to those funds. And I hope that's something that we can find a way to correct in the future, and would look forward to working with you and your staff on ways to figure out how to do that, and have you make the case that if you had access to those funds, how you could actually save money in the end because of not deferring maintenance to the point where buildings are basically on the verge of demolition and other issues with deferred maintenance. But I've got to say that I think your agency is a little bit Congress shy, should I say. Our requests for technical assistance take too long. We're not getting answers about questions about your post-COVID space requirements. And that makes it difficult for us to help you. You've got to help us work on that culture. I'm hoping for transformational changes under your leadership, so that we can address some of these issues. Should you own more space than you can afford to maintain? What does it mean if Congress allocates less money than you request every year? What about the rent structure? How many courthouses do the federal judiciary really need? And how big do those things need to be? The robing area for the judges in the new federal courthouse in Eugene, where my office is housed, their robing areas are bigger than my office. There's real questions and scrutiny that needs to be applied. I realize they are a third and independent branch, but that doesn't mean they have to have excess space. And to put it mildly, your predecessor was challenging to work with. I won't even, I won't go beyond that. I'll just leave it there. But we still don't have answers about GSA's failure to properly consider the emoluments clause of the U.S. Constitution when it came to the old post office building. It was pretty darn clear when I read it. And we never, ever got clear answers to how that was actually constitutional. And no clarity at all about the very sudden decision to cancel the decade-long effort to get the FBI a new and secure headquarters, outside of downtown Washington, D.C. That was a very long effort, very, very suspiciously and abruptly canceled. We still don't have good answers to that. We would like answers to that. So I'm looking for new transparency under your leadership, and I look forward to your testimony today and working with you in the future. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. DeFazio. I don't think Mr.